Swap.
She got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the sauce. She got the juice, she got the sauce. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The woman wear designer. She got umma, she wear fake, yeah. She got the sauce. Frat you, yeah, frat you, wear umma. She got the sauce. Salute you, baby. Salute. She got the juice, she got the sauce. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. Oh, I give her my farmer. Ela kapagizi zunu ya, zunu ya. Ima oh, ima. Gala mama eva ma oh, eva ma. Oh, Twazian awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. Twalia awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. Twamana awalaba, awalaba, awalaba. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The woman wear designer. She got umma, she wear fake, yeah. Frat you, yeah, frat you, wear umma. Salute you, baby. Salute you, baby. Salute you, baby. You got a body, I will get it, ma. She telling me she don't need my mind. Bring on the body, I will get it, ma. Bring on the body, I will get it, ma. Baby, you too fine, you too fine. I know you sexy and you too nice, oh. You got the juice, you got the sauce. You got the juice, you got the juice, you got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. She got the juice, she got the juice, she got the sauce. Give me some juice, give me some juice, give me some sauce. I've been about it. She got the sauce. When the woman pulled over in a rover, she got the sauce. I've been about it. She got the sauce. When the woman pull in a rubber, she got the sauce. I've been about it. She got the sauce. Beat you when she pull, boo, boo in a rubber. She got the sauce.
Pelican Entertainment. Beef and the records, yeah, yeah, yeah. J-Slug, baby, yeah. I cross my heart for you. You're the one that brings me joy, so I won't lie to you. I know it's hard to believe, but let me be little one for you. Of all girls, I swear I fall for you. Ma, you give me reason to love you. I will not put no one above you. I've been giving my heart to you, yeah. Only you can make me smile. No, I cannot live without. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. I promise not to go wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. you love me. Baby, please love me. My when I leave you, love you. Is that my heart that you? Or is that my heart that you? My when I leave you, love you. Might strike me like a lightning, and the love that you give is exciting. You my only, yeah. And the love that I got for you is enticing. All I wanna do is to be with you. No need to fuss and fight, you to break all the truth. I can take you to my heart in the stable for two, yeah. You need to break my heart and take it real smooth. That only you can make me right. I wanna be right by your side. We can do this eye to eye. Oh, girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong.
Okay, hi everyone. This is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We're live, and I'm coming to you live from Philadelphia, and we are glad to be back. So those of you that are watching, if you can please do a courtesy to share the video for us. We appreciate it. We're going to be discussing some national issues today, and I have a special guest that's supposed to be in studio. He's on his way. He just called me and told me he's on his way. I think I posted the flyers. You should have the flyers. And if you can share the video for us, just go down and hit the blue button and share the video so we can have more folks coming on and be part of the program. We're going to put the numbers up. So after we leave the premise, we're going to put the premise. We're going to put the number up so you can call in and ask some questions or give your take on the different topic we're going to be discussing. So we want you to just relax, sit back, relax, listen to the music as we put ourselves together and get ready for the studio guest. He's going to be here he said he's down the street, so he's going to be here in the next 5 minutes. So just sit and relax while I'm getting prepared and waiting for him. Thank you.
iTunesLiberia.com.
Photographer, hey, my man, you can't take our photo. Where let me come, my friend? Colorful.
Yeah.
Taku.
Okay.
What again? Auntie, sugar. Hey, man, I want picture of her.
I pose for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. Pose. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. Pose. The people that were laughing at the photo, now the people that I see shining in the photo. Pose. I pose for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, now the people that I see shining in the photo. Papi, what happened to the photo? What happened? How you really tell it all the photo? How you dig it? Now I can see myself in the photo. I was standing right down there in the photo, but now I can't even see my shadow in the photo. Where deep, blah in the photo. So shaga demon I see in the photo. They say your camera was dog. They say your picture was not clear. If your picture will be all clear, now the reason why they went and took the picture different place. But now I see the pussy in the photo. Talking said I didn't want joy in the photo. Where were y'all when we were in the photo? Pussy in the ring and the sun for the photo. Photo go to did not follow in the photo. When I wear deep blah shining in the photo. Shaka Dimo did not visit all the camera in a number. They blocking us in the photo. Yes. I pose for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo. I pose for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. Okay. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo.
I can see myself because the way they take the photo. Mr. Photo, tell me how you ready to take the photo. Okay. Back in the days when we were planning for the photo, LRTN record CEO were in the photo. Even lost our maintain in the photo. I got sick, I almost died in the photo. Now I see different men all in the photo. Seeing the posting, the guy drops to the posting. Some of them posting, but I posting not fun. The honor to see what to get a nigga or down. I had a stronghold to see myself in the photo. After I posted, just say I was ghost, I'm a pro. Seeing different men in my post, and I bet. But some of them had an clear. When they see what coming, they see face, they scared.
I pose for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo. I pose for the photo, but but I can see myself in the photo. Post. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. Post. The people that were laughing at the photo, now the people that I see shining in the photo. And some more understand law in the photo. We're not even born children there in the photo. Yeah, we were always here in the photo. For 2005, man, we never left the photo. Now newcomer making more in the photo. They acting jealous, said I did it all in the photo. They think they get all and photo from the photo while they making fun. I know we stay in the photo. And some man not even pay for the photo. Yeah, did I show you face on the photo? Now did I post a wedding photo on the photo? The president cloud, they want to spoil the whole photo. I post for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. Post. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. Post. The people that were laughing at the photo, now the people that I see shining in the photo. Post. I post for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, now the people that I see shining in the photo.
Yes, yeah, Papa, yeah, that me go on the land. That you call me Papa, yeah, that you send the photo. But why I see myself on the photo? Why didn't see colorful day in the photo? Why didn't see Taku in the photo? Papa, I know you can take good photo. Why you can't bring that negative and you watch them? I know you will be inside.
Exclusively at TonesLiberia.com.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network again. I want to say thanks to all our supporters that have been standing behind us and been trying to make this network a success. On behalf of the entire team of the LRTN, we want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. We hope that you guys will keep supporting us because we have a whole lot of good things in stock for the public. And we are working tirelessly. And I want to send a special shout out to our engineer who is Charles Harbour. He just came back from Africa. He want to do some work there for us. So things are getting better and things are improving. I think you can see for yourself. We will be relocating very soon. We're working on that. And we decided to come on today to discuss some national issues. And I want you to be a part of this discussion tonight as we discuss our national issues concerning our country. Now, I want you to be to the audience. I always love for you guys to be the judge. Please share the video for us and let more people to come on so they can be part of this program. On this network, we always love for our audience to be the judge, to air out their grievances and tell us exactly how they feel and how they see things in the Republic of Liberia. So we invited our special guest, and we have him on. He just came in studio. He's going to be on. He's called James K. Wah Senior. Most of you probably know him. You probably saw him on this network before. This is not the first time, but he's going to be on here and he's going to take part into the discussion on national issues. So bear with me. I speak my regular Liberian English, and I'm not in the big book thing. So I want you guys to, bear with us because we know people in Liberia listening to. We want to make sure we speak the regular Liberian English so the people over in Liberia can be part of this, or Liberians all over the world can be part of this. So I'm going to bring the guest on, and you're going to see him. He's in studio. He's going to be on. And he's if you look on the screen, you will see him sitting right there. He's called James K. Wah. All right. So, Mr. Wah, how you doing?
Good evening.
Okay. I just want to let me play with this thing to make sure the people can hear you. Can you talk again, Mr. How you doing?
Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here.
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to mute a little bit. So go ahead again. So we can make sure we got you.
It is a pleasure to be here tonight.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I just want to let me play with Okay, we got
Okay,
audio
we got
coming.
it.
So
Audio
why can
coming.
you
So
turn
why can you turn
your audio up a
audio
little
up a little
bit,
bit,
please?
please?
Make sure your
Make sure
audio
your
is
audio
high.
is high. Okay. All right. So the audio is good. Okay.
All right. How's it better?
Yeah. Better. Better. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we want to say welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We had a little echo to the back, but that was taken care of already. Okay. So now, what's the topic today? We're discussing national issues in Liberia. One thing we want to talk about today is the president, or law, or interaction today with the public. And second thing we want to be discussing is a brief historical perspective on Liberia divides. All right. Another thing we're going to be discussing would be I think the echo. Now, can you give me a thumbs up if you're hearing us very clear? If you can hear us, can you please give me a thumbs up? I just want to make sure we have this. I'm looking to see if people giving thumbs up. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear us very clearly. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we're going to be discussing these issues, and what is the role of the modern democracy in Liberia? That's one thing we're going to be discussing. Now, I brought JY on to be a guest on this show today. Most of you listen to the president's speech, and people have had their own perspective on it, what the thoughts and what the belief that was said today by the president, how they felt about the president law interaction with the public. So I'm going to have you to come on and and interact with us. I'm talking to you. I'm doing the producing at the same time, the production at the same time, or checking and making sure everything's going on correct. So just bear with me. I know I'm a little bit slow. All right. So now the president came out today, and the president had an interview with BC. And I think from my perspective, I think it's great. At least there were a lot of outcry for the president to come out and address the nation. And he came out today. There was so many things he said. I mean, a whole lot of things he said. Some people said he was rude. Some people said they were happy that he spoke to the nation. Some people said the utterance was not. I mean, he was not correct. The 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 language. I mean, people said a whole lot. Diction was terrible. And other people I spoke to today told that they at least they appreciate the fact that he came out and he said something. What they wanted to do, what they wanted was to hear the president, to hear what is going on in the country, and exactly what the president is up to. What next? They don't want to be hearing from the surrogate of the president. So that's one thing we're going to be looking at. Now I'm going to have Mr. JY to come on, and for the sake of the audience, for him to introduce himself to you guys as the guests, and and some of you that know him already, you can actually, you know, uh, listen for yourself. And I don't want to be the one to introduce him. So, Mr. Wa, the floor is yours.
Who is Mr.
Uh,
Y?
Good evening, my fellow Liberians. My name is James Christian Waugh Sr. I am a Liberian residing in the United States of America. And tonight, I would like to discuss important issues with you as my fellow Liberians and how we can move our country forward, and also to give my opinion and suggestion on issues surrounding the speech of the president of Liberia and the protest on December 30th, 2019. Thank you.
Okay, that was great. Now, I think Mr. Y just uh, introduced himself to you. So now let me ask Mr. Y, since he's on here, about his take on the speech today, on this president interview at the LBS. Mr. Y, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, what's your take on the president uh, um, interview today?
Thank you very much, Mr. Anderson. First of all, from my understanding of listening to a synopsis of the speech, I gathered that the president and officials of his government do not understand the magnitude of what is going on. So the speech today did not take into consideration the seriousness of the implementation of Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution. And I think this was a missed opportunity for this administration to take the Liberian people seriously and to address the issue of national concern that we have on hand.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Now, let's go into the speech a little bit. All right, Mr. Y. The president talked about one thing he talked about today that really stood out to me was Liberians have been crying out a whole lot when it comes to uh, the president travel, where he uses private jet. People say private jet, but according to the Ministry of Information and I think the president's press secretary Smith Toby said he broke it down the last time that the president usually travel on the jets to cut down costs. If you have 30 person traveling and the ticket is about $1,000 each, and you have a jet out of jet that we private jet that would take them for 30 person and then for maybe I'm just giving you a random figure. Instead of paying 2,000 each, and they give you a lump sum of listen, just give us 5,000, and we can take you or maybe 10,000. That will cut down a whole lot of wasteful spending, some of the money they spend just to take it privately or to take individually. So when he talked about that today, he said they're not going to be doing a lot of traveling anymore. What he's going to be doing is he's going to have his embassy hire people in the embassy, have the officials in the embassy to go and mediate, with um, partners if they have to come out to represent the Republic of Liberia. What's your take on that, Mr. White?
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. I want to inform this government, this CDC led administration, that it is not the travel that is significant here. When the president is traveling out of Liberia, it is very clear that the Liberian government is responsible to pay for the transportation of the president and all of his guests or the people that are going with the president. The president cannot just leave the country and just go as he pleases without informing the Liberian people about why he's traveling. So it is not necessary to say, well, we're cutting cost. If you're cutting cost, then we should know the reason why you're using our money to travel out of the country. It should be beneficial to the nation, and people should know exactly why you're leaving, what business you have there, what are you going to accomplish, and take all of those into consideration when you talk about cutting cost. Cost is not just the amount that you pay to travel, but what is the return on the investment of traveling, and why are you traveling and spending our money? The Liberian people need to know. It is the responsibility of the executive branch of government to inform the Liberian people when the president is traveling and why he's traveling. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, okay, Mr. Y, you already have people coming on and reacting to your. People are coming on and reacting to your video already. Okay, we just want to say special thank to uh yeah Anna or Alice, Amma Comment or Bleedy or Matthew and Sam, Sarah Smith, Benjamin, and everybody that's coming on. Share the video. Let's know we're discussing national issues of the Republic of Liberia. So, Mr. Wise, the president also spoke today about his uh, relationship with Vice President Bouaka. A lot of people say he was very rude towards the Vice President. I think you listened to exactly what he said, right? Concerning
Correct.
the Vice President. He said the Vice President is sick. I think he helped the Vice President to come to the States and get treatment, a pacemaker. What's your take on that, Mr. White? Do you think was it appropriate the way he? I don't know if he really meant it to be rude or because I listened to the president and a lot of people cry before I go into it. Before you respond to that, a lot of people cry and say we don't care whether you speak good English. We don't care whether you articulate very well. All we want is wherever you can speak crew. Just come out and just speak the crew. We just want you to talk to us, tell us exactly what's the state of the nation, what's happening in the country. And he was talking to we all know that when it comes to that, the president would not articulate very well. A lot of people today kept saying that he was rude and he said the vice president should behave. What's your take on that? What's your take? I want you to be very objective and be and be honest yet. What is your take on that?
Again, look, you're absolutely correct that we have a president that is not capable of expressing what he may be thinking to the manner in which we want him to, but that is not the issue. The issue is not his articulation, but the substance of what he is saying. Okay. When you make a statement that you sponsor the former vice president trip or health or benefits to come to America or wherever to receive treatment, you are looking at this as an individual accomplishment. And this is incorrect and it's wrong. When you take a look at the amount of money that is being allocated for the president's use alone, it's in the millions, okay, for his pleasure, for his will and pleasure, because no one informs the Liberian people about what the executive and the president are doing. The former vice president is entitled to benefits, retirement benefits from this administration or from the Liberian people to make sure that he is sustained. So, in the absence of, according the former vice president, these things, it was incumbent upon Liberia to do something. And with the president receiving so much of the Liberian people money from our coffers, so uh, assist the vice president for medical treatment should not be looked at as a major achievement. And because of that, to tell an individual, a distinguished statesman as such as the vice president to behave is completely preposterous. And the president should grow up in his statement and be more mature to handle the issues they've.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a little. Okay, I think you had a call coming in, right?
Yes, excuse me,
Yeah,
I have in.
okay.
So, we should be just discussing national issues, important national issues, and the march, the demonstration that is scheduled for the 30th of December is of such magnitude that this president and officials of his administration are completely unaware of what's going on here. Thank you.
Okay. Another thing he spoke about, we in the diaspora, right? We usually uh, take care of family member back home. This is everybody knows that. We work and of our family member back home are part of the budget, our budget we have here. Wherever you make here, you automatically send something back home to take care of the family because we know that uh, there's no job. We don't have the opportunity compared to here in the States. That's speaking of that. All right. So the president said today that he don't understand when people say no job. And the job that is available, jobs are available in Liberia, but it's not it's not up to the millions that you expect to make. But if you look around, you got job for 300, you sell it 300, 400. There's job available in the country. All right. And that was a serious problem coming from Liberia today, and I was very upset about that. What's the take on that? Do you think it's right? Because sometimes people say the people are lazy back, they're not doing anything, they're just hanging around. And most of the time, we hear the president, even on BBC, the president said he created a lot of jobs. I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 jobs. He keeps saying that. So, I'm a little bit confused, and some of our audience, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, certainly. Look, it is just sad when you are prepped to come and just make any statement in terms of jobs. It is really, really sad. Look, the government cannot even pay civil servants. People are doing a go slow. People are just sending in letters of resignation. There's no money to pay anyone. Look, this government has 12 years as the major opposition to have a strategy for our country. They told us that when they got into power, that the lives of our people would improve. But it's quite to the contrary. Things are getting desperate. People are begging. There are no jobs in Liberia. Already, the president have overfilled all of the government position in the executive with partisans. There's no money to even pay those people. Businesses are leaving. People are starving in our country. People are hungry. So to come out and make such a statement is just really, really sad. It shows that these people will say anything to convince their followers, to deceive our people. And tonight, I want the Liberian people to understand that this is beyond partisan line. This is for Liberia first. We should see clearly what is going on, that there's no solution. These guys that are in power now do not have a plan for our country. They're guessing all around the place. And it is time to make sure that the Liberian people put partisan politics aside and take action, serious action, so that we can save our country and move forward. So I'm telling you, I want to reiterate that there's no jobs in Liberia. All of our young girls and women, all of our young men are struggling for jobs, no food, nothing. And you come up and say you have 5,000 jobs. It is just sad. This president needs to apologize to the Liberian people for such a statement.
Okay. All right. Now, let me drift a little bit, and let me ask you something. We're going to come back to the president's speech, but let me ask you this: you watched the entire uh, program recording about Henry Costa back to Liberia, and we knew that people said the Solicitor General Serena Sifo said Costa were going to be arrested if he go back to Liberia, but Costa went back to Liberia, and the government never arrested him. People welcome him, and I think you watched the clip. What is your take on the Costa returns to Liberia, and do you think, can you give the government a credit for that? Like, we appreciate what they did.
Thank you. First of all, I want to be clear here. I want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to those Liberians, the Liberians that are taking the initiatives to speak truth to power. Henry Costa is one of such individuals. I want to take off my hat to Henry Costa, a very young gentleman that is brave enough, that is standing up for the Liberian people. I want to say that there's hope when you have individuals like Henry Costa. And this CDC administration is clueless. Henry Costa violated no laws. He did nothing wrong. So to attempt to arrest him was definitely going to be an outrageous act, and it was going to be condemned by the international community. And in fact, Liberians were not going to allow few individuals in this government that do not understand what they're doing to arrest a distinguished individual like Henry Costa for expressing his rights under the Constitution of Liberia. So I think that they smell the rat and they behaved appropriately because they did not have a choice in this matter. This is beyond the
Yeah,
ability.
Mr. One, before you continue, so there's you trying to say there's no credit to the government or the professional way they acted by not arresting Costa, and I mean, there's no credit to them. You don't think that was the right thing to do?
The government had no cause to arrest Henry Costa. I challenge anyone to give me a probable cause to arrest Henry Costa.
Did you
Henry
listen? Did you listen to Serena Silva, the Attorney General? You listened to him, right? He charged Costa for treason. You heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, from my understanding was they had somebody mediating from the Council of Churches that spoke with the government and told them to uh, to not arrest Costa. I think I listened to Mo Ali. Mo Ali said they did talk to Dr. I think Reverend Cotto or something, and they assured them that Costa wasn't going to be arrested. We don't know what's going to happen next, but don't you think the government did extremely well for to get him close, or instead of just you know,
This government gets no credit. They just provided security and the peace like they should for all Liberians. All Liberians should be respected. So by the police being out there and not trying to attack the people or whatever, that is not credit to the government. The police should be to protect the people. Okay. So which credit? What credit are they looking for here? I don't think the government deserves any credit. They did their job according to how they should do their job when people are in such numbers. That's a regular job that the police should do. So there's no extra credit that the government should have for not arresting anyone. There's nothing to arrest Henry Costa for. Look, you want to know about treason? Article 76 of the Liberian Constitution says treason against the Republic shall consist of levying war against the Republic, aligning oneself or aiding and abetting another nation or people with whom Liberia is at war or in a state of war. So the Constitution is clear about treason. Okay, expressing your freedom of speech is not treason. Okay, so I want that to be clear that the Solicitor General do not understand what not commit any treason.
okay, all right. Let me come to this. Yesterday, I've been waiting to hear from Henry Costa or those who participated in his, his the organizing of it, the arrival in Liberia. There was I think you heard there was a child that got killed. Some people got uh, I think hurt. And the little child that got killed, they said they walk on top of the child. I'm still talking to the people us in Liberia. We're trying to get a clear understanding of that. Nobody having come out yet to address that. Uh, do you think it's important that Costa and those people come out to address that? Because these are some of the things I heard a lot of civilians were afraid of, that war was going to come, they were going to cause chaos, and they were going to lead to something. And yesterday we saw some of that. Now, don't you think like the June 30th protest, are you worried about it? Do you think people should be worried about it?
Um, First and foremost, I want Liberians to clearly understand that this protest is one of the most important things that will be done by Liberians now to salvage what is left of our country. If you have the legislative branch of government approving loan without ratification, meaning they didn't even check the intricacies of the loan, and they approved the loan for the executive branch, and just by luck, that loan did not go through. If we allow such things to go on, Liberia will be sold. So this protest is so important. Okay, I am not worried if Liberians do not take action now to make sure that this government understand that they're incapable and this government need to step down according to the Constitution. The people, look, all power is inherent in the people. Again, I repeat, all power is inherent in the people. That means the people have the absolute power to do anything that they want to do when the happiness and the security are threatened. And in this case, yes. And let me just elaborate before I turn this over to you. The police at some point blocked the road to prevent the people from proceeding further.
Yeah, but you know why they did it, right? I think you know why they did that, right? Because
Why?
my understanding was there was a route that was spread out for the arrival of Costa. They should go, I think they should go the 9th Street way. That was a way they're supposed to take. So we still trying to get information, but I think they didn't want people to go because you got to understand that everybody got rights, but you don't want to have right and they violate the other people like the other people right. So I think that was the reason why they blocked the road, asking them to take a different route, right? So uh, uh, Costa going through town, it caused a lot of problems yesterday. You heard about this? There's a guy who had, I think, some family member were carrying, rushing to the hospital, and the guy was in the car. I saw some of the pictures. He was in there. He was sick. He had to go through the crowd. It caused a lot of problems yesterday. So I just want to hold you up on that. You know, on what you're saying. Go ahead.
All right. So thank you very much. Now I understand, but I think negotiations should have been done prior to Costa arriving in Liberia. But instead, this government was talking about trying to arrest him, and there were commotion among senior government officials with insults. Instead of allowing this man to exercise his right and negotiating with the COP so that they would plan these things in advance and people will understand. You cannot just come and say, okay, all of a sudden you have to go this way. That is not considered proper planning. And this is the same problem we have in our country. The lack of proper planning and effective implementation is costing our country dearly. Thank you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for watching, and we are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. So stay tuned, relax, and as we come back on the second half of this with Mr. Y. Mr. Y, hang on tight, and we're going to be right back.
D12 on the beat.
Mr. DJ, please come play my music. Yeah. Mr. DJ, please come play my music. Yeah. All the ladies want to dance. They want to dance. All the girls they want to wine. They want to dance. Sexy lady want to dance. They want to wine. All my girls they want to wine. Yeah, they want to wine. Tita, Acha, Anita, Rita, Sita, Monica. I know you want to feel the groove. Feel the groove. I know you want to feel the rhythm. Yeah, feel the rhythm. Relax your mind. Relax your mind. If you like, you can meditate. Yeah, you can meditate. I want to take you on the journey. Yeah. From the midnight to the morning. Yeah. I want to make it juicy. So you can't refuse it. You can't refuse it. Mr. DJ, please come play my music. Yeah. Mr. DJ, please come play my music. Yeah. All the ladies want to dance. They want to dance. Sexy lady want to wine. They want to wine. All the guys they want to dance, yeah, they want to dance. And other girls they want to dance, yeah, they want to dance. The way she play the bass line, oh yeah, she make me sing la la la, yeah. Oh, I made her bombastic, bombastic. She looking fantastic, fantastic. I know you want to feel the vibe, oh yeah, feel the vibe. I know you want to feel my rhythm, feel the rhythm. I see you getting on the groove. I can make you sound like a melody, make you sound sweet like a harmony. Baby, let me play it like a violin, make you sound sweet like a harmony. Say, Mr. DJ, DJ, please come play my music, yeah. Mr. DJ, yeah. Please come play my music, yeah. All the ladies want to dance, they want to dance. All the girls they want to wine, they want to dance. Sexy lady want to dance, they want to wine. All my girls they want to wine, yeah, they want to wine. I can make you sound like a melody, make you sound sweet like a harmony. Baby, let me play it like a violin, make you sound sweet like a harmony. I can make you sound.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, and we're back on with Mr. Y, and we want to say welcome back, and we are back. We had to take a quick break. Uh, we have Mr. Y on here as our guest. Now, before I go further, I just want to let the public know that we were given some information by the Congresswoman. I had the, we had the opportunity to meet her. I want to be coming up maybe tomorrow, the after tomorrow, to inform the public. The census is coming up in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, I think, and they gave us the census information for the census. I mean, so I have that. I want to come on tomorrow to tell you how you can apply. They're providing job. They got job offer for Liberians in the Pennsylvania area, and I think they start from she said $17 to $23 per hour, and you can actually work from home, and it's open to the public. We asked some questions, and they told us that they got job training and all of that. Unfortunately, I wish those in Liberia have the opportunity to, you know, have the job. But unfortunately, the president said you guys have work in Liberia. So for those that live in the Pennsylvania area, I'm going to put my number is going to be on the screen. You can call me. All you need to do, according to what they told us, was you need to have a laptop and internet at home, and they're going to give you the job training and stay home so you can have the regular job, and you can also use that to do something like a little hustle on the side. And uh, uh, when you call, all you gotta tell them is you got the information from the LRTN. They know exactly who you are. Okay, so let's go back. We have Mr. Y is stay on here with me. Mr. Y, I think you see Mr. Y is on the screen. He's a businessman from Philadelphia, right? Mr. Y, am I right? From Philadelphia, right?
Right.
Okay, from Philadelphia, and we discussing national issues, things that have to do with our country. I think this should be everybody concerned. Decided today, finally, our president came out today and addressed the nation. He had a little interview, and people were upset. You don't usually come out to interact with the public, but fortunate for us today, I got up from bed and I clicked my phone. I heard my president on the on social media talking about things that's going on in the country. So, Mr. Well, let me ask you something, right? One of the topic I was thinking on today is how to do with a brief historical perspective on Liberia divide, like the Congo and country. This is becoming a serious issue in Liberia. If you listen to the Deputy Minister of Popular Popular Affairs, I think, Eugene Fangon in Liberia, this is what I think, and most people will attest that this is what led him to the Deputy Minister position. What's your take on that, Mr. Wang?
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. First of all, I want Liberians to understand something that is very important to the unity of our country. You see, very well before 1822, well before that time, that area, that certain group of Liberians are claiming to be aboriginals, there was nobody there. Okay? Nobody whatsoever. So the people that are claiming that land, or people that are claiming to be the aboriginals, they migrated to that area. And when they migrated to that area, they located themselves in specific geographic region of that area. And other explorers named that area Pepper Green Coast. It was not until our forefathers from the United States and from other parts of Africa came to Liberia, and together with the people that they met there, decided that, look, we should come together as one. We should become one. And this is how Liberia was founded. So the love of liberty brought everybody there. The so-called aboriginals migrated to that area, and so did the other Liberians that came in later. Let me give you an analogy of that situation. If we had a business, for example, and we say, well, there's a property located at a particular area. Now, if you went to this property and other people went to this property and everybody's just renting a single room from that property, you're only entitled to the room. And later on, another person comes in and say, look, let's join everything together so that this becomes all of us. That way we can have access to the whole house. And you sign the contract. You do not have any more rights than the person that came later on. Everybody should have equal rights to Liberia. And so those that claim to be aboriginals, that have so much rights over our forefathers that came later on, are wrong. They should get rid of that mentality. It is that mentality that have divided our country and hurt our country. Because instead of coming together, we're trying to divide one another. And some people that are not qualified or cannot perform are trying to use the racial divide amongst our people to bring division so that they can maintain power. That is not going to work, because Liberia is for all Liberians. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now we have limited time, and I know people want to interact, so I'm going to put the number on the screen. So far, whatever we've been discussing, if you want to be a part of it and you got anything to contribute towards everything that was said, you can call on the number. Unfortunately, I have one number today, so you can call and make your contribution. All right, the number is on the screen. Call that number, and you will be able to speak directly to to us and how you feel on about everything we discussed so far. Now, Mr. Wah, let me take you back to the president. You know, it's very interesting, you know, that when the president was speaking today, I was listening and I was watching, and you just spoke about the country conquer. There are a lot of people that were commenting underneath there and talking about uh, this is the country people time. That's what they said. This is the country people time. And some people said that the even the president said it, that the opposition should be careful how they do politics, how they play politics. He talked a little bit about Child Walker Brunson. I think you heard that. That Child Walker Brunson was a nice man. He used to eat to Child Walker Brunson place. But other people trying to, you know, to denigrate him, you know. And he talked another thing about one key thing that I was shocked about was he said if they go back for election, he feels he's going to win election again. What, what do you think? Do you think the president can go if he go back, he's going to win election? You think he's doing extremely well to win the election, Mr. Watt?
You see, there's a
Now,
saying.
before you go further, you got to listen now. The president talking about job. This is not the first time the president said about job. The president talk about roles. He talked about the development. He talked about things. He also talked about a broken system that he broken. So he said he met what 7 million. I think 7 million. With all of that, the president said that there are a lot of good things he's talking about, a lot of things he's doing. So before you come in to say that, don't you think the president can go back and win the next election? You believe that?
Okay, look, there's such a parable in our country that first fool is not really a fool because he really didn't know. But second fool is a big dummy. Look at what this president and this administration is doing and where our country is going. We are completely just disintegrating into a chaotic, unlawful society. This administration has no plan, never did. They have incompetent people, and this president cannot win another term in Liberia because
So, Mr. Wah, let me ask you this. So, Mr. Wah, let me ask you. So, are you telling me that the president is misinforming the public? Is that what you're telling me?
look, let me tell you something. The Liberian people had a complete misconception of what this president really, really understood about leadership. The people assumed that because this guy plays soccer, he was going to transform his soccer abilities into politics. They did not realize that this guy is completely oblivious about anything concerning leadership or politics. Look, if you cannot even get on a
So,
stage.
why don't you think that's too harsh?
No, I don't think. Look, I just want to say the truth. I know this guy personally, but not to this level. I don't think he's ready. And this is why I did not support this administration because we calculated all of the intricacies and the complexity in running a country of almost 5 million people. It is a complicated and tedious issue. It requires a lot of intellectual acumen, a lot of visionary perspective. There's no way. You see, if you cannot even stand amongst your peers to defend your objective and your vision in a debate, How do you think you're going to lead our country when you have to negotiate with foreign dignitaries and foreign leaders? What are you going to say? Okay. The president did not even stand for one debate. It seems like, the president do not even comprehend some of the things that he is saying. It is a problem. I don't think Liberians are going to take the risk of electing this president for a second term. And let me tell you, let me Liberians need to be careful and they need to understand, because it is the mistakes of Liberians in Liberia that have contributed to where we are today. They started with native woman born soldier. They killed most of our internationally acclaimed citizens of Liberia, including Torber and his whole administration. They say rampant corruption. But then Doe came and he was worst. And it was under his regime that Liberia war. Then Ellie was part of this whole process. Charles Taylor came in. You kill my mom, you kill my pa, we will vote for you. It led Liberia to a complete destruction, 14 years of civil war. Ellen Johnson came with, let's break this thing down, we're going to build it again. The people say, y'all leave us that Ellen we want. And now is here, and they say, oh, we don't care for broke people. You know book, we don't know book, that we want. And this is why we're in the situation we're in now.
Okay. Mr. Y. Okay. Before we go further, I just want to let the audience know we have the number on the screen. The number is 215-954-1375. We're having a discussion on the president's speech, Costa return to Liberia, and some other issues we're discussing. So if you want to be a part of this, the numbers on the screen, you can call and be part of it. If you want to have a question or anything you want to ask our guests, our studio guests, we appreciate that you call the number on the screen. Okay, Mr. Y. Now, uh, did you see the people stand up yesterday for Costa?
Yes, I did.
Okay, June 7th had a lot of turnout, almost the same way. People came out. Then the protest. Okay, when he arrived, then the protest. Now, what I keep hearing is most of the folks that come outside to receive Costa and show up for this protest are all opposition. And can you tell my audience if you belong to a particular political party? Are you a member of a political party?
I am a member of ANC Global,
Okay,
ANC USA, who is
okay,
ANC.
okay. So most of your deliberation, most of the things you say on here, are you actually speaking as from the opposition perspective, right? You
I'm,
just want to criticize, right?
I'm speaking as a Liberian.
I said, okay, because
This
most of the things that you're talking about, um, the president is not aware. The president is saying making a lot of progress. Seditian are saying a lot of progress being made. President talk about jobs. President talk about the road projects. He talk about wire fee. I think you heard him talking about wire fee. He started paying the wire fee. He talked about the vice president who rode to the vice president house where uh, some money up. He had to fix it. Now we also talk about the vice president health problem, and he said, I, I think the president was talking on as helping Waka as a friend, as a personal thing, all right, and all of that. Now you being a member of the ANC, don't you think you're being very very uh, one-sided yet, and not commending some of the good things that the president is, some of the things I just stated?
Absolutely not. Look, I'm just stating the fact. Look, we are not here to talk about your personal assistance to another individual. We have trending national issues. The Ministry of Education closed down all of the public schools to preempt the fact that the teachers were going to go on strike. So they closed the school down because they could not afford to pay the teachers. Civil servants do not receive their pay for months. People are resigning. Companies are leaving. Things are hard in Liberia. People are crying. People are beggars. Liberians are beggars in the street. And you come here to make few open statements, to few sedition. Even seditions are suffering. And I want all Liberians to know, seditions or not, voting is a secret ballot. Nobody can come to you and say, oh, you did not vote for me, because nobody knows who you voted for. You seditions and other Liberians are witnessing what is going on
So,
in our country.
so Jehovah, you want to say citizens are suffering? When the president
Do
says
not
there's job in Liberia, you say citizens are suffering?
let me just complete my thought process. Do not allow few individuals to try to indoctrinate your mind as being member of a particular political party so that you will support them, while few people take your own money and use it for their personal use and come in and sing with you for you to be dancing. That's not what political party is all about. Political party, the member hold their leaders accountable for implementation that will benefit all Liberians. So sedition, look into that. Hold your leaders accountable, because political parties are abstract. At any time, the party could be dissolved and these people leave, and you'll still be looking around trying to figure out what is going on while they're already gone. So be wise. You don't have to elect a person. The person don't have to be your friend for you to elect them. All you need to know is the fact that this person is going to make your lives better. Look at your life now, even as sedition. Is it better than before? So you need to be smart with politics. Thank you.
Yeah, to the audience, the number is on the screen. So you can call and make your contribution. All right. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be back. When we get back, we're going to open the line. The line is open up already. You can call in and you can make your contribution. So, Mr. Wow, I want you to hold tight while we go for break, and we're going to be right back.
Pelican Entertainment. Beef and the records, yeah. J Slut, baby. I cross my heart for you. You're the one that brings me joy, so I won't lie to you. I know it's hard to believe, but let me be little one for you. Of all girls, I swear I fall for you. Ma, you give me reason to love you. I will not put no one above you. I've been giving my heart to you, yeah. Only you can make me smile. No, I cannot live without. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all that made me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all that made me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah. Baby, love me, love me, love me. Baby, please love me, yeah. My, when I leave you, love you. How are you? It's that my master, are you? What's that my master, are you? My, when I leave you, love you. Might strike me like a lightning, and the love that you give is a sight to me. You my only, yeah. And the love that I got for you is enticing. All I wanna do is to be with you. You. No need to fuss and fight, you to break all the truth. I can take you to my heart in a stable for two. Yeah. You need to break my heart and take it real smooth. That only you can make me right. I wanna be right by your side. We can do this eye to eye. Girl, you are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah. Girl, on you I spend more coffee. I want to die calling you baby, oh. Yeah, you baby. Girl, on you I spend more coffee, oh. I want to die calling you baby. Yeah, you baby. Say I set my eye on you. You stole my heart away, and there's no to tell you. Might as well you bust my head. Let my higher, can't rely. Fret by you fret, oh. Just say let my real. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. I promise not to do you wrong, yeah. You are my rising sun. You are my only one. You bring all the me in me, yeah. Promise not to do you wrong, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm here with Mr. Kusha, and we've been discussing national issues. We're back, and uh, the number I just put the number on the screen. I'm gonna put it back on there so you can call in. Those of you who's watching, to remind just a reminder of the audience. We have the census is coming up in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, and they're looking for workers. Okay, all you need to do is have yourself a laptop at home or a computer at home, and have internet, so you can be a part. They are hiring. They're going to be hiring people between $17 and $23. I got all the information. I'm going to give it to you. This came directly from Congresswoman, and they're waiting to hire Liberians. So these are some of the information, and these are some of the things we're doing for the community. Support the Liberian Television Network. Okay, Mr. Wow, we're back. Now, let me ask you something, okay? Tell me this, Mr. Wow. Or, or what is the rule of law, the rule of modern democracy in Liberia? Tell me, what's your perspective on that?
Well, I want to, you know, elaborate on
The
of
road, yeah, the road.
the role of modern democracy in Liberia. You know, back in the old days, like during Tottenham administration and before that, the two-wing party was the dominant party in Liberia. We did not have an opportunity of a multi-political system with multiple political parties like we have now, with modern media, with access to communication medium or in the press and everything.
Okay, hold on, Mr. White. I think we got a call coming in. Hello? Hello, caller, your name and where you calling from? Oh, North Dakota. Who? Reverend Adams, what? Come again, your name again? Okay, okay, go ahead, Mr. And welcome, and go ahead. Bro. Can you lower your background? Are we hearing or getting a back noise? Do you have something on? Can you lower it? Yeah, lower it because we're getting a back noise. Yeah, Mr. White, can you hear the caller?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. talking about the moderator or you talking about my guest?
Yeah, the moderator.
My name is Joseph Anderson.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chief.
Okay.
Look, you know, Liberians have to respect the code. If I hear my brother wife and say Liberia is suffering, Liberia are suffering, with that kind of strong attitude, Liberia is suffering. Where in the world people are not suffering? Does that mean you should go against your leadership? You know, no one is against president and the pastor. Doesn't mean I should go against the government. The government is not just the country, the people. Where is our faith? How many times have they suffered? All over the world they suffer. All over the world they suffer. There's no job. In the very American, why will we always be negative and not say the truth? How many times did I hear another suffer? Just another time. But just another time. There will always be people suffer. There will always be poor people. There will always be rich people. But the fact of the matter is, we have to thank God for the peace and stability He has given Nigerians in our country. You don't have to be a opposition before you be negative. Come on now. What is he talking about? Which state is he living in that there's no more suffering in America? Which state is he living in?
So, Carter, you're trying to say that. Carter, you're trying to say that people suffering everywhere. So they're suffering that the way the language, the way he's saying it is too. The adjective he's using is too strong. People are suffering in Liberia, but it's not compared to the way he's saying it, right?
Of course. No, I just from Liberia.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to ask you. You just came from Liberia?
I got 3 churches. Yes, I got 3 churches in Liberia.
Okay.
3 churches in Liberia.
Okay.
I just came from Liberia.
Okay.
How many people you see living on the street are suffering? People are suffering that means they don't have means for their benefit.
Okay.
They are living on the street.
Okay.
They are living on the bridges. When you say suffering, the word suffering is a very strong attitude. No, some people, we understand there is limitation when it comes to job creation in Nigeria because it's probably even studying all the how many jobs you create in Nigeria.
Okay. 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 All right. Let me. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you very much because we got some other call coming in. But thank you very much. So, Mr. White, I think you listened to the caller, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So you want to respond to that so we can take another call?
So, I if he felt like I was too strong in the way I said it, but the truth is the truth. And sometimes we have to face the truth. Nigerians are suffering more than ever before in our country. This is something that could have been minimized if there were opportunities for employment, a initiative to look at our health sectors and our educational systems, but none of these things are going on. Look, there are no money in the banks, no Liberian currency in our own bank. Can you imagine? You go to JFK, there's people laying down all on the floor in defecation. People are dying. If you don't carry your own gloves or you don't pay people, they will not treat you. Everywhere is deplorable. No
Yeah, but
food.
Mr. Y, you heard it. You just heard it. You heard the caller, right? And the caller saying that he just came from Liberia. The picture you're giving people out here is not exactly what's happening in Liberia. That's why he said he just from Liberia. 3 churches in Liberia. So so don't you think that you're misinforming the people too?
No, I don't think so. You can look. There's videos in
Now remember
Liberia.
now you're from the ANC. You're from the ANC party. And according to the president, when you listen to the president, his critics will say a lot of negative things just to get power, to come back to power. Now you from the opposition black, and the picture the opposition black keep giving people, it's like Liberia is terrible. There's no place to do business. So don't you think the caller just telling you he just came from Liberia, and the president keeps saying that there's job, things are better, things are getting, things are improving, and the president talk about, he also talk about uh, the the cover, the state cover. Well, actually, I mean, deliberated. People took advantage and stole everything. He got in. He met a broken economy. He said all of that. So don't you think you're being too harsh?
Look, this is not about opposition party. It's about the reality on the ground in Liberia. Things are terrible in Liberia, and there's no way to deny that. This CDC administration is not up to the task. Look at what happened. Look, this administration came to power. All of a sudden, within less than 6 months, mansions and properties and all of these things were just popping up from everywhere. Now, the issue of 16 billion Liberian dollars came about. Do you know what this president did? This president ignored the Liberian people for so long when his Minister of Finance and his information ministers were giving conflicting statements. He ignored the Liberian public for so long, and then all of a sudden decided to leave to go to UN and just left them a 5 minutes videotape. That was disrespectful to our country.
But did you listen to the president today?
And
You
it
listen to the president
was
that
no,
said,
if there
okay.
was money in the coffer, for as much as this president and other officials of his government travel around the world, there's no way that you can say there's no money. Okay? There's no way you can say there's no money. Look at quite recently, the IMF just found out that this city mayor is getting $50,000 a month from the central bank with no justification. The Memorial City Corporation has a budget. So if this individual alone has been getting $50,000 a month for a whole year from the central bank, what do you think other more senior members of this administration and this ruling party are getting that are not accounted for by the Liberian government or by the central bank? This cannot continue. We have people suffering. Then this caller is telling me that I should sugarcoat that nobody's suffering, Liberia is fine, when the price of everything have increased so significantly. There's no value in our currency, and you want us to sugarcoat this? Look, this administration is not up to the task, and they're trying to intimidate people. If the Liberian people do not take action now, all is going to be lost. The peace that they're looking for, if you give this administration another 4 years to consolidate and threaten and kill people and just beat people and go to the sitting representative house without a warrant or without probable cause and search his house, then you're going to go back to the same way Liberia was before or during the war.
Now let come to the protest, the June 30th protest. what actually you guys are, because you're also opposition black, what actually you guys are expecting to achieve from this protest?
I want to be clear that this protest is not from any political party per se. Members of political parties may be involved, but this is not a political party initiative.
The reason I'm asking the question because most of the other people from on the other side keep saying that uh Bwaka, Yure, you guys are the one that putting money together to come up with the protest to make sure that the people come out and protest. And most of the time, all the other protests and things you heard people saying that these are all opposition coming out on the street to protest. Now there's another group talking about counter protests also. Uh, some peaceful Liberians. Do you think that at this time, do you think it's the right time for people to come out to protest?
Look,
What?
look, Article 1 gives the
Why during
Liberian people.
the holiday season? Why?
The holiday is just what it is. Holiday. It doesn't change the status quo of what is going on, the suffering of the people, of the masses. Look, I don't care who tried to spin it, or I don't care whether this administration tried to put any kind of spin on it. The COP are Liberians, a representation of the population of Liberia. And whether it's Henry Costa or whoever is sponsoring this petition or legislation to initiate or to contact the CDC administration, lay a whole list of very important steps that.
Okay, hold on one second. I got a call coming in. Yeah, call out your name and where you calling from. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to ask about one question. I want to bring that I'm part of the what made me to leave the agency. I want to ask one question. If it does not have a platform to the mind of the people, protest does not win the mind of the people. Asking the guy that can call Alexander Comey here on Broad Street. Asking the guy, they call it Alexander Comey spot. I say I just keep on appeal. I established 2 constituencies for ANC on Nijo and Zone 20. Asking if you know about it. Zone 3 and Zone 4 or I think Zone 5. He's sitting there. There's nothing to talk for. That's why I yes, people. What is that we get to offer to bring people?
Are you a member of the ANC? Are you a member of the ANC?
I'm just telling you, the guy that can call Alexander Comey, I just in Liberia. I don't just a member. I established 2 constituencies to my brother house. They need called John Opo. And they called John Opo. They need to. He worked at GAC. One of the directors. Version 3. Egypt. Let the Egypt use you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is I'm a Liberian.
Okay.
John Opo does not own Liberia. If anything we are doing, we will do it for the masses of the country.
Okay.
We do not have a platform to win the people.
Okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. You just from Liberia and you have a better understanding of exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are you telling me, or just tell my audience, the
Yes.
picture, I want you to give out a clear picture of what's going on. Is there, do you see things better in Liberia? Is it okay?
Things are gradually happening. Let me just
Okay, before you said things are getting better gradually. But let me ask you, were you ever visited abroad during early administration?
Yes.
Now looking at the early. Okay, every year, that's good. Now looking at the early administration, looking at the early administration, which people cry for corruption the way things were going. CDC was one of the key parties that were already vocal about some of the things that were happening. Comparing that, I know there was some, you know, some some things that went on that this government have a lot of challenges. We know that there's a lot of challenges with this government. Okay, so you looking at that and looking at the 2 years that they've been in power. Are you can you say that they on course?
Yes. Let me
Oh,
tell you something about Joe. First
yeah,
of all, you got to during any administration, a lot of donors. Let me use the word donors in the country.
yeah,
Not affecting him. And money was flowing to the country.
yeah.
But the 2 years, if you take an example, the 2 year compared to the 2 year, the government, the kind of open door that comes in the country is more than the 12 years.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
That's more than the 12. Because the issue is, if this government that we are not part of was then suspended with the date of any time, then things that are definitely we're talking about. And I think gradually, let's understand, just last week and this week, see the economic community, the foreign government, and the people these are the most economic country. But next year, this will change. You see the word patient, is a very strong word. If you have patience, do anything in life. What I always ask ANC people, because I don't associate ANC with other parties because we have a different, which I accept. But I always tell people, where is the platform where to do the masses of the people? Where is the platform? Ask the brother what to know. Ask him. Say, where is the platform we have for black people? Ask him. Do you love us? Then I will agree with everything.
Okay,
We
check
don't
it.
have a platform.
Okay.
We do not. That's the election. That's why I always tell my people that go against me. No. How will you go to the churches with the people? How will you go to the marketplace with the people? How will you go to the share? How will you go to school? How will you go to church?
Yeah, but let me ask you. Do you know that the ANC does not support the protest? You know that, right?
Oh, no. No, I don't want to tell you. I said, I think I just love you.
Okay.
I just told you. And I think my brother, I told him, don't put when I hear you. GAC.
Okay.
You are the director for one of the that established at your home. I'm getting it fast. So if you allow go to the procedure, and if it doesn't want now, you call him. The guy that is called and not putting it. Have his own group that supporting that moving that and then ask Emma, he knows.
Okay. Let me ask that Waj listen to you, and let me let him respond. Let me let him respond to everything you said. Thank you very much. So what?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
What is the platform of the ANC?
what is the platform of the ANC?
The ANC.
The platform of the ANC is a open policy. It's available for anyone. In fact, the ANC already offered the platform to this administration. They refused. They have never attempted to use the ANC platform. It's open for anyone that wants to go there and use it. It's available, and the ANC would definitely love to assist by giving this administration their platform so that they can use it to move Liberia forward. But this is not the case. And before this caller came on, I think we were talking about the protest or something before he came on.
Yes.
So
The ANC does not support the protest, right? Okay. We have a low. Okay. The ANC does not support the protest, right?
correct. The ANC
Okay.
officially does not support the protest as a political party. But
Okay.
this is a Liberian thing. It is not a political party thing. Liberians are fed up with just all
But
kinds
you
of
hear
this government.
did you hear the caller saying that he's saying that he was just saying that the ANC do support the protest because he just from Liberia. So people just saying on the surface, but at the back they support the protest. That's what I think he meant.
I think that gentleman is just making a vague statement. Like I said, this is a Liberian thing. You will see members of the ANC involved, but it doesn't mean that that's the official position of the ANC. The ANC already made it clear through Mr. Cummings that they do not support the protest. But that is not going to stop Liberians from turning up and from showing up to express their dissatisfaction with this administration. This administration is incompetent. This task is too humongous for them. They do not have the personnel, with the skills to handle this. Look, look, for example, the Minister of Finance, Development and Planning has done absolutely nothing in terms of planning and development because just the financial aspect is too big for him.
Did you hear the caller just talk about some of the good things that are happening? That he said just 2 years, the amount of work they done 2 years, the amount of work Samuel have done for 2 years in more than 12 years that was heading ascending to the presidency. You heard that?
I think the gentleman is biased or he don't understand what is going on. You know, maybe things are better for him and a few people, but the majority of our people are going through extreme difficulties. This is unacceptable. We cannot continue, you know. And I wanted to make some point on the protest
On the
again.
protest. Yeah, go ahead to the protest.
So before the caller interrupted us, I was speaking about the seriousness of this protest. And then I spoke about how this administration and this president disrespected the Liberian people by just giving them a 5 minutes video recording while he traveled out of the country with a whole delegation to the UN. And he's been traveling all around. 16 billion missing. The reports clearly stated that the money was missing. They went back to the Liberian coffer, took 25 million. What the boy named Samuel said that he was going to infuse the money in the economy. The money was just misappropriated, embezzled. Businesses that they said they gave a huge amount to, the businesses denied that. The government own report clearly indicated that there was corruption by the financial committee headed by Samuel Tour and others. Nothing was done about that. Okay, look, we have all kinds of things going on in our country. We have people being killed. We have no investigation. Matthew Innes was killed. No investigation so far about what happened. Odell Sherman was raped, killed. Nothing at all. So, Justina Taylor.
When you say no investigation, what do you mean, Mr. Wild? Because
Have you
I
heard?
know there were a lot of investigation that was on the way, and it started the process. I don't know about the result yet, but when you say there's no investigation, what do you mean?
We have not heard anything since that time. You know how long it has been? We have not heard anything. Look, tell me the crime of Justina Taylor for the government to attempt to arrest her. Tell me her crime. How can a citizen of Liberia be abducted, raped, beaten, almost to the point of death, and we have heard nothing from the government in terms of investigation about who did this to her? Nothing. Absolutely nothing about Justina Taylor. You think this is just going to go under the water? This means that the justice ministry under this administration is not doing their job. I mean,
So you want justice to be served abruptly? Do you want justice to be served abruptly?
We want to have regular. We want to know what is going on and how far the investigations are going for all of these things. We've never heard anything about Matthew in his death. It's very suspicious. What is Justina Taylor crime that the government wanted to arrest this lady? What is her crime? There was a standoff between the government and citizens of Liberia because the government wanted to arrest Justina Taylor. What was her crime? If this woman was raped, injected, poisoned, beaten almost to the point of death, what was her crime that the government would not be looking for the people that did it, but the government would try to arrest her? I cannot understand, I cannot understand these kinds of things that are going on. Look, the safety of the people and their happiness is at stake here. The Justice Ministry is not working for the people. They're working for the CDC administration. The Information Ministry is a propaganda machine for George Weah. The legislative branch of government is completely in bed with the executive, approving loans without ratifications. And the judiciary completely violate their solemn oath. They allowed all of the wrongdoing by the election commission to stand. You understand?
Okay, we're trying to get Mr. While back on. I think there was some interruption. He had some calls or something coming out. For the audience, we want to say thank you for watching. I'm trying to see whether we can get Mr. While back on the back into studio. And the number is on the screen. So if you want to call and ask some questions, you can also call. And for me, I was very excited today when I heard the president coming out to speak to the nation, speaking on national issues, because there were a lot of people crying out. We all was sitting and watching and waiting to find out if we would ever hear the president voice. Just the president's voice alone, a lot of people were pleased today. People were happy that at least people were saying that at least he listening, and he listening to what the public want him to do. I listened to Moluba Molu's speech, and Molu talk about the urgency that the president should come out and address the nation. So I don't know whether that was the interview had to do with that, or he's still going to come out and officially do, address the nation, talk about that. He talked about a county tour that he's going to be going from county to county, at least to go back and talk to and speak to the people in the rural area. So I guess we don't have Mr. White is not going to come on, and the time is fast spent. It's after 9:10. I want to be on tomorrow to give you the information concerning the job that will be available for you guys in the Pennsylvania area, and we also have some job opportunity on this network. We want you to follow us as we come up. We're working behind the scene. We're not on consistent basis, but I will let you know that we are working. We are trying to get things back in tight. We're trying to get a place. Very soon you're going to see us in full swing. We got more people coming on, and we want you to keep supporting us, follow us, and we appreciate your effort. And on behalf of the team, the entire team, we want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We hope that we will see the 2020 and things should improve in your lives, your real life. We're going to be coming up with a New Year, a New Year's program, and we will let you know. Okay, we will post that on the page. So follow us on YouTube. We want you to go to YouTube and subscribe. Also to Twitter and subscribe on most of the Most of the, oh, we got a call coming in. Hold on 1 second. Call out your name and where you calling from.
Joseph, this is Reverend Abednego. I know you're trying to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap up, Reverend.
Because time spent. If you want to give me at least 2 or 3 minutes, let me clarify things.
Okay, go ahead, Reverend.
Okay. Am I live?
You're live. Everybody can hear you.
Okay. Brother Joseph, you know something? Let me just.
No, before you say something, yeah, Reverend, hold on. Before you say something, I just want to let our audience to know and people to understand. The LRTN, the sign you see there, the Liberian Radio and Television Network, LRTN, is for all Liberians. We are non-partisan. This network is non-partisan. We don't care we religion, sex, wherever you come from. Wherever that is happening in the Liberian community, here and in Liberia, we are available to you. Now, if you look on here, you see we got people who buying spot. They're trying to obtain the spot on this network to be broadcasting regularly. So you can be from the ANC, you can be from Unity Party, you can be from wherever party you come from. The platform is open to everybody. So I just want to make that clear, that you will see sometimes you come here, you will see Unity Party people, you come here, you see ANC, and sometimes you see the Americans. We don't just do only Liberians, we also are involved in the American, in the American community. So we just want to let you know. So Reverend, go ahead and make your point. I just want to get that off.
Yeah, thank you very much, Brother Joe, and I really applaud that. I pray that whatever you try to go about to do, God will give you the financial breakthrough and every support that you need.
Okay.
I speak as a Liberian, generalizing everything that I'm going to say here. Look, you see, when the people turn away from God, that's what happened. That's what happened. As I said again, and I repeat myself, I gave you my full name, Reverend Abednego Kenafi, just to be on record. I just came from Liberia, and I was at my brother's place. We established a constituency for ANC. I'm telling you again, just this my careful place to tell you that what I'm saying to you is not a lie.
Okay.
And I give you my brother name, and I give you the guy. I will not call a name for security reason, but I caught Alexander Comey here. You call him Alexander Comey's son, okay? Just for record. So I have to keep his identity. Look, my brother, let me tell you something. Alexander Comey is a nice man. I'm not in this world, okay? But I'm telling you, just how he's saying that the people around the poor that's supporting the president, it's the same thing the poor around Comey that's supporting the whole political party. Alright? The people does not have a platform, my brother. Tell me, I will ask Mr. Why. What is that you got to tell me to convince me to vote for Comey? And I say that to every Liberian. What is that we have in our hands to give the Liberian people to say that vote for Comey? We are not come to that point yet. They don't have it. They don't have it. As people, they don't have it. You say there's no medicine in the hospital, everybody is dying. Who is dying in the hospital? How many people die in the hospital? You can name one. You can name two.
So let me ask you, Reverend. Let me ask you, the present administration, you just coming from Liberia, do they have from the platform, because I know from the beginning they had a purple agenda, is it really working?
Of course, you can see things.
Okay.
You can see things. And he said employee not a birthday for service more. How many more? Not more than 3. That's a fact. That's a fact. Service I'm not pay for 3 more. But they don't pay. He goes down to the bank, the banks are open.
Okay.
The banks are open.
Okay, so we got, I heard that there was no Liberian data in the bank. They have problem.
That's true.
Okay, they have problem. Because I have my sister that just came from Liberia. She said she went to the bank a couple of times and it will have for her to withdraw her money from the bank.
My brother, when I say there is no money in the bank, that doesn't mean the vault is empty. You understand the economic perspective when people speak the money aspect, the policy aspect, and what this and that. But what I want to say, look, Liberians, you don't want to work. We don't. There are 5 people over there. How many people in Malta are going to apply to FAST to get a job? How many people going to apply to Roberts International Airport? I have a lot of my friends that are get their application to have job to Hawaii. Personally, for Habel, because I was born in Habel. Okay? But I have a job. But everybody wants to crowd up in Monrovia, and Monrovia is so crowded. Let me tell you, if you have an area with a large population, maybe what is supposed to continue, there will be a problem.
Okay. So
It happens everywhere.
there's actually job in Liberia. So what the president was saying today, he was right. That there's job in Liberia.
Personally, for Habel, because I was born in Habel. Okay? I have a job. But everybody wants to crowd up in Monrovia, and Monrovia is so crowded. Let me tell you, if you have an area with a large population, maybe what is supposed to continue, there will be a problem.
Okay. So
It happens everywhere.
there's
If you have one job,
there's actually job in Liberia. So what the president was saying today, he was right. That there's job in Liberia. So what the president was saying today, he was right. That there's job in Liberia. So there's actually job in Liberia. So what the president
man. We got kids. We got kids that come up. You see in high school. Why are we telling them about education? Now we pray, we encourage them to come on the street. Okay? Look, and I was saying, let me get in that statement about there was a woman in the Bible that was caught in adultery. Right?
Yes.
That woman was caught in adultery. We're seeing very people that are women behind this woman. That were seeing very people that had this kind of stuff with that woman. But guess what? They were hiding them behind and putting the woman in front to make her guilty. But when Jesus was not Jesus, have not connected one to us too. Not happened. Not happened. Now I said that in the aspect of reconciliation.
Yeah, caller, hold on 1 second, okay?
Alright. In the absence of restitution, there is a process. And I believe that's why the government is initiating. And we should embrace that because everyone, one way or another, even our wife, order, we are somehow, some way down the line, all around the Liberian people. No matter what. We all around the Liberian people. And we must fix the problem, not increase the problem.
Okay. All right.
We have to play for the benefit of the people. Come on.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we got another call on the line. So thank you very much for your contribution.
God bless you,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah,
And
thank you.
God bless Brother White. Brother White, he's my older brother. I pray that you see peace. That Nigeria is for you and I and for everybody.
Yeah.
That promote peace. That create jobs. That initiate something in the country. I pray that church. I pray pastor every month. Every month I pray pastor. I
Okay.
don't know where are you doing to contribute to the suffering of the people.
Okay.
So let's do something. Let's not talk.
Okay, thank you very much.
Let's do something. Don't talk.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Yeah, call out 7763.
Yes, good evening. This is David Cholera Napa Reeves.
Wow, that name is long.
Okay, I would like to know what is your topic?
Okay, I have the topic there. We actually discussing national issues, things that happen. One, first, something have to do with the president interview today. All right. If you look on the caption of this, I have it on there. The interview with the president today. All right. A lot of things that was said on there, and I had a special guest, but he just I don't know, he left. I'm trying to see what I can get him back. And that was one of the main topic, and people just calling in to give their perspective on it. So I believe you have an idea what's your contribution.
Thank you, Mom. I'll see you first of all. I say thank you for giving me the time to talk on your platform.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I listened to our president,
Okay.
but to me, he didn't really discuss the issue of the Liberian people. Number two, in his speech, he will always give a defensive analysis of things. And our people are tired of giving a lot of excuses. We expected our president to come and say something that could energize or bring life or relief to the people. But you are defending his appointees. So, and lastly, the petition that was sent to the government, you say he had no time to sit with those that are on the other side.
Yeah, you say he's not going to dialogue. There's no dialogue. That's what he said.
He fails to know that he is the president. Without any helicopter, people are going to demonstrate. What they are going to demonstrate for because of hardship, security, health, and those are important things. Those are important things. If you cannot address those things, but giving excuses, and you guys are embracing him that he gave a bad speech, then I don't know. We all should be engaging with our president to say something real to our people. But people were hoping that he would say something, but what he said, it never went down, it never changed anybody's minds of doing anything. So maybe he believes that the protest will help him.
But the protest is about, the protest is about taking the president down, right? So how is it going to help him?
Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but, well, you say you're not going to sit to talk with anybody, so which means you embrace the protest. If he knows that the protest is to take him down, and he says he's not willing to sit with it, then of course, he's willing to go. So you cannot change the mind of the people. Their minds have been made up because of the hardship they have been going through.
Yeah, but you talk about hardship. You talk about hardship, but did you listen to the president today that there are a lot of jobs in the country, but people just don't want to work? You listen to the president
What
today?
do you mean a job? How you when you go to work without pay? They have a concession? They have a private company?
Did you say without pay? Because I heard the president talking about people working. They got jobs available for. They got jobs.
How
Yeah.
much money do you spend every 2 weeks to Liberia?
Come again?
How much money? How much do you spend to Liberia every 2 weeks?
Oh, on a consistent basis. We all do that. We all send money on a consistent basis. To
No. Before the hardship, I was sending money.
Uh-huh.
5 monthly. When the hardship started, I started sending money every 2 weeks. Just as they are working and I'm working, I take pay. I have a pay to sustain my people. It always be like that because they all are working and getting paid.
Yeah, but what we're getting from the president, that there's a job available, but people just don't want to go to work. Is that a
Do
job
you
for two?
believe your president? Do you believe your president?
I can't tell you whether I believe the president, number one. I don't live there.
Okay, but I'm telling you. Okay, but then listen. Do not go. You know that's a great mistake that people usually make when the foreign government comes to the country. They will not send you carry to the bad side. They will carry to the good side. That's what you are seeing.
Okay.
Maybe speaking of the cabinet ministers that he paid.
Oh, okay.
But he's not looking at the younger boy, the weak other boy, or the old lady that's selling the potato grain or cassava leaves in the market.
Okay.
If you want to get a fight, call those that are in the general market. And the old lady that tells us how cassava leaves or potato grain to sell. She has to either sell it cheap or trash it because there will be no buyers. Those are things you look at. So
Okay.
I'm a little bit disturbed of what you guys are saying that the president's speech was okay, he did well. Nothing he did.
No, we're not. Let me be clear to you and the audience. What for me, what I'm saying is, a lot of people were crying out that the president need to say something, come out and speak to the nation, and he decided to come out today, to speak to have an interview at ERBC, and he interacted with the public, and I could hear people calling. Some people were excited, people were happy that he at least he talking to them. So from my end, I'm saying that at least he's listening, because I think Molu, the party chairman, came out say there was a need for him to come out. So I don't know whether he have something bigger that is coming up that he's going to say, maybe address the nation, or that was what he's supposed to do. That's what we saw today. I don't know whether there's something else being planned. That's what I'm saying. So if he can hear the people out and come out to at least have an interview and talk about some of the things that's happening, at least Liberian people had the opportunity today to see and to hear the president, to know what he's saying and how he feels. Yeah, how he feel. yeah, at least, but they had the opportunity to hear him and and understand where he stands and how he feel, what he think the progress he's making. Because he talk about roles, he talk about people have jobs available, he talk about peace, he talk about Joe Walker being sick. He helped Joe Walker to go for treatment. He talk about he talk about a whole lot of things, a whole lot of things. So so my thing is, I want you guys to be the judge. You guys are the audience. That's why we asked, what was your take on that?
To me, he didn't say anything to move a needle,
So okay.
to move a step.
So you don't feel that whatever he said today, doesn't he clarify that help is on the way, right?
No,
Okay. All right.
no, he never convinced the public.
Okay, he didn't convince. He didn't convince you.
If he ever convinced the public, they will see whether
He didn't convince you, not the public, but he didn't convince you because some people were happy about.
Okay, if he can convince, if people are not convinced, then about so many thousand people are not convinced because I'm here and I'm feeling the pinch.
Yeah, I will say this to you, right? Some of us send money back home. We're supporting family members back home, but it's just me and you. I don't know about the audience and other people out there. So when the president talk about job being created and some of the good work he's doing, if things we're looking and we're watching, they said the protest is coming up. We're going to watch the protest to see what's going to happen. June 7, the people turn up, but according to what we gather and the information we got was, most of the people that turn up were all opposition. Now we're waiting to see what's going to happen on June 30th, because sometimes people may be saying things, but according to what the president said today, things are good in Liberia so far. He feel that things are better. So we don't know what to. It's left with. Because sometimes people may be saying things, but according to what the president said today, things are good in Liberia so far. He feel that things are better. So we don't know what to.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going. I'm trying to see if I can get Mr. Y in to give his departing statement. Well, I need some water to drink. We want to say thank you for watching, and like we said, this is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. Mr. Cushion, Mr. Y, if you're there, can you turn your phone horizontal? Can you turn it the other way, please, if you're on? Mr. Y, you there?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And get Mr. Y in. And unfortunately, we're trying to get Mr. Y in, and I think things are a little bit, we have a little issue with the network. So, unfortunately, let me see if I can bring him on the phone so he can just give his department statement. And we want to say thank you for watching. I see we have a lot of people on there. I got my sister on there, Carrera, with Wallow. I have Mr. Roberto Collier. Mr. Y, I'm trying to get you in, but unfortunately, you're not coming in. So, can you give your department statement on the phone so we can wrap this up?
Okay. Again, I want to.
You live. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to LRTN.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. You live. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
I want to express my thanks and appreciation to the management of LRTN for allowing me to come out here and to speak to our people concerning this very important matter. I believe that this administration do not understand the magnitude of the December 30th protests. They are under the impression that this is just a protest to speak to the government, according to the president, to express, for the citizens to express their frustration or disagreement with the government, and that the protesters or the organizers of the protest need a permit from the justice minister, and that is the law. I want to have them understand clearly that the Liberian people already spoke and gave the president a list of requirements that were clearly indicated to solve many of the important issues that are moving our country southbound. The president and his official or advisors chose to ignore all of the requirements and the requests from the COP. And now they were given a certain time to respond. They ignored that. And this protest is not to bring grievances of the Liberian people to the president and his official. This protest is the implementation of Article 1. Article 1 clearly states that all power is inherent in the people.
Correct.
That statement is clear. That means all of the powers. And it says all free government are instituted by their authority and for their benefits, and they have the rights to alter and reform the same when there's safety and happiness so required. The people have the power to remove the president, to remove the justice minister, to remove the vice president, to remove the speakers, to remove the Senate pro tem, to remove all of the ministers when their safety and their happiness so required. And that is the law, and that is the Constitution. So the president should not think, or any of his ministers should not think, that the protesters are violating any laws. The protester would have gone to the Minister of Justice if the Minister of Justice was doing his job, but he's not. They could have gone to the legislative branch, but the legislative branch is also in bed, and the judicial branch is in bed. That's why the fathers that wrote this Constitution put Article 1 into place and made it the first thing in the Constitution and gave all the powers to the people to be able to change anybody in the government when they cannot go to another branch to justify that or to get justice from anyone. They will have the power to change their government at any time. And all powers are inherent in the people. It is clear, and that's the first article. So I want the president and his official to know that the Constitution gives the people the right to do that. And let me tell you, Liberians, if you sit home and you do not come out in the numbers to make sure that this is clear, that Article 1 is part of the Constitution and it is your right, then you have failed the Liberian people. Then you have sold the birthright of a sovereign nation to few individuals that do not understand the complexity of running a whole nation.
You need to come out on the 30th of December, and show this government that you have spoken, so that they know that Article 1 is clear. The power belongs to the people.
Okay.
Because if we did not do that now, just to close my statement now, if we do not do that now to salvage what is left of Liberia, and we allow this administration 4 more years of this, you should realize and you should understand, all of you Liberians would have contributed to the complete destruction of Liberia by your inaction to demonstrate on the 30th. This administration will continue to bring the kind of hardship by embezzling the money, by assassinating people, by intimidating people for 4 years. And you think you're going to come after 4 years to remove them through the ballot box? That would be impossible. They will fight. They will do everything in their conniving power to make sure that they stay in power, because they do not want to be audited. This is the last chance, the last opportunity to exercise Article 1. Nobody should think that they're violating the law, because Article 1 gives you, the people, all the power to change and to remove any officials. So with this, I want to thank you again for taking your time to listen to this. This is important. The protest on the 30th is a big one, and I want to express my gratitude to LRTN Network Television. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, John. That was Mr. Wah, our guest we had. Now we're going to leave this up to the people. Everything that Mr. Wah was saying is up to you. You be the judge. Is it necessary to come up for the protest? Is it necessary to come and take a sitting president down, or this sitting government down? And he's calling out for people to come out and support the protest. Those of you who live in Liberia, you know what's happening there. You know what the president is making a lot of changes. If things are getting better, things are getting fine. You are the folks in Liberia. So we're going to be watching. The LRTN is going to be on the scene. By the grace and help of God, we will be there to bring you a complete broadcast on exactly what is going to be happening. We want you to support us, and you be the judge. Is it necessary for protest or not? Well, you be the judge. The president spoke today, and some people were happy, some people are not happy. But for me, personally, not from the LRTN, I personally felt that at least the president is listening, and he's responding to some of the things that people are asking and needed from him. So thank you, and I hope you understood me very well. And I'm going to be coming out tomorrow to give you some information concerning how you can get some part-time job while you're in Philadelphia. So keep supporting us, and we say thank you for watching. We'll see you when we see you.